Hi everybody, it's Christine and Tatiana, and welcome to Blissfully Raw. So we've just collected our spring water. Now we want to sit here by this stream in Sedona and have a conversation with you to let you know a little bit about who we are and what brought us here. I'm a little out of breath because I just had a tumble, almost fell into the water. So, health and fitness has always been important in our lives. I tried to raise my daughter as healthy as possible because, that's what every parent wants for their child, is they want to give their child everything that they can for them to be as healthy as they can be. And I did the best that I could. In hindsight, I think I could have made some better choices, but I did the best that I could at the time. And, we're still on our health journey. We feel better now than we ever have. And we're super excited about how great we feel and the changes that we've made into our lifestyle. And that's what we want to share with you. So I'm going to let Tatiana talk a little bit so that you can get to know her a little bit.
Hi, I'm Tatiana. I grew up, it was just my mom and I for the first little bit, and health was always a big aspect in our life. We didn't have access to a lot of the information we know now, but that's part of life. It's a constantly learning experience. The whole world is your school. And there's always more to learn. And the more I learn, the more I know that I know nothing. So I love learning about this kind of thing. I love learning about food, about exercise, about how the body works, about nature. I just really enjoy the whole journey of it, and how it makes me feel, and just finding these new things. So over the years, my mom and I have both constantly been growing and finding out about new things and trying new things, trying to always better ourselves. And so we had a good friend of ours, Laura, in Calgary, who is a raw foodist.
Hi, Laura Stevens in Calgary.
And so she really opened the door to us for this kind of lifestyle. Got us interested in a little bit, taught us little things, and then we started doing stuff on our own. So little by little over the years, we've gotten more into it. This past year, we definitely started diving into it a lot more in-depthly and more strictly. So I think Mom started getting into it more in-depthly in about May.
Yes, and actually I want to just back it up a little bit. Our friend Laura Stevens invited us to go see the Botenko family, Victoria Botenko and Sergey, and his sister and dad. They came as guest speakers to Calgary, and they were, bringing their message about green smoothies to the world. Probably most of you have heard of green smoothies, but did you know that it's the Botenko family that really brought this to us? The idea of putting lettuce or kale or spinach, mix it with fresh fruit in a blender and drink it. That was the Botenko family that brought that to us. I wasn't able to attend that talk that evening, but Tatiana went.
Yes. And
she came home and she shared the information with us, and from that day forward we have been drinking green smoothies. So that really started the ball rolling for us. We've always loved garden fresh vegetables and fresh fruit ripened off the tree. We do come from part of the world where there's fruit orchards, and so throughout the summer, there's plenty of cherries and apricots and peaches and nectarines and apples in the fall, and all fresh off the tree. So we did have that kind of an upbringing where garden vegetables and fresh fruits have been super important and appreciated in our life, but they were never the focus of our diet up until last May. I had started watching YouTube videos of raw personalities who we are here in Sedona to see at the Raw Living Expo this weekend. And we're super excited to see these people and to show them our appreciation. It's getting windy, so I hope that you can still hear us okay. We're really enjoying sitting next to this stream and having this chat with you. So last May, started watching these YouTube videos of raw food, diets and lifestyles, and got super inspired by the beautiful personalities that I saw. And I was sharing that with Tatiana. You got to check out these people. They're so vibrant. They're so beautiful. And we love fresh fruit and vegetables already. So hey, it makes sense. Makes great sense, you know, to incorporate them at a higher percentage in our life. And by the end of the summer, I was between 90 and 100% raw. And Tatiana, her percentage was pretty close up there also. And throughout the winter, we've been able to maintain it for the most part. So over the winter, I'm between 60 and 100% raw fruit and vegetables. We do have some other dishes in our diet on occasion, but we want to share with you how eating a high raw plant-based diet, how it's given us, you know, a new lease on life with new energy, new perspective, new appreciation. I get really excited about it. I'm super passionate about it.
Yes.
Tatiana has a real passion for it also. And so let's chat a bit about what kind of changes it's made in our lives.
Yeah, so after Mom started watching all the YouTube videos, she kept sending me some, and she'd call me. We talk pretty much every day, and so anytime she learned something new, she'd be calling me and be like, "Oh, guess what? Guess what I found out today?" And it was awesome. I love that we both share that passion. And so I live in Edmonton, Alberta, and I discovered in St. Albert there's a massive summer farmers market. Like, I mean massive. It's like at 2 blocks double-sided. It's supposed to be about the biggest in Western Canada. And so I started going to that almost every weekend, and I stocked up, got fresh BC fruit all the time, fresh vegetables, organic vegetables, and it just made me feel amazing. I loved it. And so into the fall, I tried to keep it up a lot, and I've been keeping pretty good. Since about August, I've probably been at least about 75%, depending on the day. But yeah, like my mom said, between 60 and 100% raw. And so it just makes me feel amazing. Like I've lost a little bit of weight. I've never been overweight, but I had a little bit of extra fat that I was a little bit self-conscious of. But I've definitely started slimming down a little bit and gaining muscle mass as well, which I think is huge. Like, weight doesn't mean anything. It's about how you feel. And for me, I've lost a little bit of body fat, but I've actually stayed the exact same weight. I haven't lost any weight, but I've been losing inches. And so it feels awesome. Definitely gained a little bit more self-confidence, and my energy's higher, so I have more energy that I need to burn. I have to do physical activity every day, otherwise I pretty much can't sleep at night. Because I have so much energy, I gotta use it, I gotta burn it. And so it's excellent.
Yeah.
And because we live so close to the Rocky Mountains, we get to go hiking, skiing. Then I've been working out lots at the gym. I go to hot yoga all the time. And yeah, like, just the diet, it changes your entire life. Once you start eating better, you start feeling better, you start having more energy, and you want to exercise. You want to get out.
And something that we
like this.
commented recently to one another is, it's so much easier to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, on a sad standard American diet, it's a real struggle to get out of bed in the morning, or at least I always found.
Yeah.
But if I focus on the fresh fruit and vegetables and have them raw, I go to sleep, really content and feeling good. And then I wake up in the morning refreshed, and I still have the energy to get started. I don't have any aches or any pains or stiffness. A lot of people, by the time they're my age, they're waking up with stiffness in their joints and sore muscles, and all different kinds of problems that I don't have. I do have a couple other health challenges that brought me to this, because when you have a health challenge, it makes you feel like you want to fix it and you want to work through it because you want to get to the other side and be healthy. And I have suffered from digestion problems since I was a teenager. And I also have hereditary vision disease. It's a retinal disease called BES. And so I do have real problems with my retinas, and it affects how I can see. So I definitely don't want that to get worse. So I feel that if I can keep myself super healthy, then hopefully it'll help keep my vision status quo, or even improve if I'm lucky, but it at least won't get worse. And of course, it is a lot easier on the digestion, so I have less digestive issues on a raw vegetable and fruit diet than if somebody's eating breads, pasta, deep fried things, cheese, different kinds of dairy, and different kinds of meat and processed foods. The biggest tip that we can share with anybody is don't eat processed foods. Go to the farmer's market, go to the fresh produce market, and just buy things fresh. If it comes in a package or a can, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Buy it in its own package. Buy the orange the way that it grows off the tree. Buy the banana the way it grows off the tree. Buy the lettuce the way it comes out of the ground. Don't buy it in a can or a box.
Yeah.
That's a good place to start, because that's really where we started, was to take out all the processed foods out of our pantry and to stop buying them. So that's a good tip.